Alright, good morning everybody. Welcome back to Trucking California with Velox 18. That is Elway, so my name is Nick. We are trucking out to Mississippi. We're just in between King City and Paso Robles in California, and we didn't get very far from where we got loaded last night. If you didn't watch the previous video, well, you should probably go watch that one, because that's where this load started. But it is Wednesday morning. It's a little foggy out, and it's time for us to go trucking. But before we do that, we gotta roll the music. Roll the music! Alright, we are trucking through this fog this morning, and it's a beautiful morning though, man. Beautiful morning. We only took about 5.5 hours off to sleep, maybe six hours off to sleep, and now we're right back running in the truck. And maybe you ask me, how are you doing that legally? Well, this is a grocery load. It's needed for emergency restocking of shelves. It is exempt from FMCSA hours of service. I did a little bit more research on that last night. Back in March of 2020, they started this whole thing, and they said not only do you not have to or not only could you be exempt from the hours of service laws, but you could also be exempt from some of the other regulations that are kind of in that same section of the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Regulations, FMCSRs, and so there's other things too, like the inspections of vehicles and some things like that they're waiving right now in order to allow the supply chain to try to catch up. So the latest extension runs through the end of this month. I watched a video where it was a webinar, and they said that you didn't need to have any documentation like on the bill of lading or anything else that says that the load is exempt, that it could be part of the emergency declaration. Basically, they just said if you're hauling groceries, it's common knowledge that you're trying to catch up the supply chain. But just in case that has changed, because I know someone had told me in the comments a couple weeks ago that it needed to be stated, somewhere on the bills that the paperwork for the load that the load was an exempt load. But in any case, I read or I listened to that webinar, and they said it didn't need to do that, but it was an old webinar, so maybe that's changed on some of the extensions that have happened on the emergency declaration since March of 2020. Now we're in November of 2021, so perhaps that's changed, but if it has, I'm not terribly worried about it, because on this bill of lading it actually says straight bill of lading for exempt commodities. So it is stated on my bill of lading that it's an exempt commodity, and so yeah, I think the broker's expectation is that I'm going to get it there really quickly. Really quickly. So anyway, we're going to truck it today, and we'll stop when we get tired. Pretty novel concept, actually. It's how we all would drive across the country in our personal vehicles. We'd just drive until we got tired, and then we'd stop and we'd sleep, and then we'd wake up again, and then we'd keep driving. But I guess truckers don't get to be like normal people. We're driving these 80,000 pound death machines down the road, Anyway, all right, we're gonna hit Highway 41 right now, 46, and then jump over to 5 and cut over to Highway 58 and start heading east. So yeah, we'll talk to you guys in a little bit. We'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. We gotta stop and get fuel somewhere over there off I-5, so I'll catch up with you guys over there. We're here getting fuel, and yeah, we're already up to almost $900 total. I'm fueling the reefer right now. One thing I wanted to mention, one of you guys taught me. Honestly, YouTube has been the greatest learning tool for me. Not just watching people's videos, but actually you guys who watch my videos teaching me what I need to do with these reefers. So I turned off the reefer unit because I was down around a half tank of fuel in the reefer. So in order for this thing, you got to put fuel in there. It took $70 right now, which is actually, I think, the most I've ever put in it, because I never let it get down to a half tank. I always keep it topped off. There's just no point in stopping to get fuel and not putting fuel in there. So I always put fuel in. So I usually put in like 7 gallons, 5 gallons, 7 gallons, stuff like that. But anyway, one of you guys taught me never to have that thing running if it's got anything under a half tank, because the fuel, the way that it dispenses quickly in these pumps, and it creates air bubbles when it hits the fuel. And then if that thing's running, obviously it's drawing fuel, and it can draw in those air bubbles and then cause problems. So little hint one of you guys taught me, and it scared the crap out of me that I would, vapor lock my my reefer unit. So I turn it off if I'm at 3/4 of a tank. I'm just gonna turn it off, turn it right back on, and we'll be good to go. So anyway, we stopped at $70 in here. I put $800 in the regular tanks, and I put $25 of DEFs. So almost hit that 900 mark, $895. So anyway, we're gonna go and get some breakfast, and then we'll keep on trucking. right along here in fast motion. And I just wanted to talk to you guys. I kind of did the numbers on this as far as the mileage goes, and I was telling you guys this load's pretty much set up with the expectation of running on these exempt rules. Basically, so I'll just explain it to you. So I got about roughly 29-30 hours of driving to do. It's just over 2,000 miles. It was like 2,100 miles when we left, but now we're just under 2,000 miles left. When you figure in Central Time, this load has to be delivered in 40 hours. So 40 hours from now, I have to deliver. That's when they made the appointment for in Robert, Louisiana, the Walmart distribution center. So Walmart in Louisiana in 40 hours. I'm in California. That is roughly 29-30 hours of driving. So the expectation is that I would get there. What's funny is, like, you guys know me, I don't have a ton. No, not even that I don't have a ton. I hardly have any OTR experience. Hardly any. I have never been a full-time OTR driver. I've been somewhat regional when you're considering like California, running up and down California, Northern California, Southern California. You guys, if you've been watching the channel, you've seen me going out to Vegas and St. George, Utah lately. So I stay within a day's drive usually. So I don't really compute mileage in my mind the way that most of you who have done OTR probably do. When you see a certain lane, a certain number of miles, you automatically know how many days it's going to take you. For me, I've like figured out. And so a lot of times when I'm talking to the broker, like they asked me yesterday, okay, and is Friday 4 a.m. delivery okay? That we've been pretty much been able to get those appointments every week. So it's not set yet, but is that good? And I was like, sure. Assuming, because I do that, I usually just let them, like, whatever appointment they set, like, I usually figure I can keep up with most guys. You know, like, I'm not afraid to work. I'm not afraid to put in the hours. I'm not afraid to put in the miles. I drive pretty fast for, you know, I'm not governed. I drive the speed limit, 75 when it's 75. You know, I'm going 75. So I feel like, okay, yeah, if other guys can get there at that time, then I can get there at that time. But now I'm like, we couldn't have done like the afternoon on Friday, because then New Albany, Mississippi is my second drop, but that one doesn't drop until Saturday morning. So it's like I got Friday early morning and then Saturday early morning, and those are only like 5 hours apart. So I'm kind of like, why don't we just push the Louisiana one like to the afternoon time? Then I can just hop up to Mississippi after I get unloaded, you know, take my time off up there and make my delivery, and then have a fresh talk. But anyway, it's set now, and so I'm going to be running. And the fact is I'm not shy. I'm not intimidated in any way. I'm the carrier. This is my company. This is my livelihood. This is my family's livelihood. So if I get tired, I'll be late. I'll be late to my appointment. I'm not afraid to stop and park and go to sleep. But I also, there's a flip side to that coin. You know, you can't be wasting time and then act like, oh well, I got tired. So yeah, but you wasted 2 hours before you went to sleep because you were, you know, on YouTube answering comments. No, but anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about. Though is we got 40 hours to get there, and we got 29-30 hours of driving left to do. So we're hammered down. We're gonna get as far as we can get until we get tired, and then we'll just park it, sleep, wake up, and do it some more. So yeah, we got 52 hours left on our weekly clock, so we're good on our weekly hours. Because when we get there, once this load's over, if my next load isn't a food load, then I have to get back into compliance. So I need to make sure that I can get back to California, because there's no guarantee that I get a food load. You know, that it'll be another load that's exempt. So I need to kind of strategize on how to get back in compliance once I get there and deliver this load. So anyway, I'm figuring this stuff out. We're trying to figure it out. I'm gonna figure it all out and like use it for the first time, really use it for the first time, and then and then it's gonna be over at the end of this month and I'm never gonna use it again. So anyway, all right, let's keep on trucking. Sure do pee a lot. All right, we made it into Arizona. Had to use the restroom again, you know. Like I said, I pee a lot. I don't, if you ever see me, oh, stupid weather. Anyway, if you ever see me come out of the bathroom and I've got wet hands, don't think I'm weird. Well, I am a little bit weird, but I don't like hand dryers, and I'll tell you why. Because Gus hates hand dryers. The noise they make, like, and it's not like he gets scared. It's like an actual like sensory issue with autism, where loud noises, especially loud like constant noises, like give them like I don't know. He has like a it hurts him basically. Okay. So when the only option in public restrooms is a hand dryer, I just choose not to use it. Kind of out of principle, because I kind of want to get rid of them. It's like I never had anything against him before, but now that, you know, like it kept Gus from being able to be potty trained for a while. Like we'd take him in. I remember taking him into a public restroom, and he was like, "Oh, okay, cool. We're going into the restroom. Not a big deal." And then someone started drying their hands, and it was like, and then after that, he didn't want to go to the bathroom anymore. He's like, nope, I'll just wait here. You do your thing. And now, because of school, he's willing to go back into restrooms, but yeah, he still is not a big fan of hand dryers. It freaks him out. So anyway, that's my story about that. But I gotta take this phone call, and then I'll tell you about the bathroom in there. All right, that was someone from the brokerage calling me to see where I was at. Check call. Just give me a little check call, and he was like, "Okay, so how many hours do you have left to drive on your clock before you have to take 10 off?" And I was like, "Oh well, the schedule you guys gave me is I'm not gonna be on the hours of service. I'm using the exemption for this load." He's like, "Oh, okay." And I was surprised that he was like confused by that. So I was like, "Do you guys not realize the schedule you guys gave me? Because you guys gave me a schedule that requires, like, I mean, I guess if I had a fresh clock last night I could have driven all night long and then parked today. Started again tonight, driven all night again, parked again, and then driven all night on Thursday night to get there Friday morning. So I guess maybe that's what they expected me to do. But I didn't have a fresh clock because I had made my delivery yesterday before I started. So anyway, oh yeah, so the bathroom. I wanted to tell you guys this. So I walk in there, and it smelled like a little herb had been consumed in there, but it was mixed with someone's just raunchy crap. So it smelled like what I imagine. You guys ever watch Cheech and Chong? I know. You shouldn't watch Cheech and Chong, right? You're a pastor. I know, okay? But I think it was Cheech and Chong Up in Smoke when he's like, they have this huge fat blunt, and they start smoking it, and Cheech is like, "Well, man, that's huge, whatever." And then Chong is like, "Yeah, man." And I think Cheech says something like, "It tastes like, I don't know, it tastes kind of different. It tastes kind of different. It's different." He's like, "Yeah, man, my dog ate my stash. I had to follow him around for a week." He's like, he realizes that he's smoking his dog's crap, right? Because his dog had ate his weed. So it still was getting him a little high, but it had a little dog crap in it. So anyway, that bathroom smelled like what I imagined that joint smelled like some raunchy poop mixed in with some stanky weed that doesn't smell good. But anyway, so someone dropped a deuce and sparked up a joint at the same time in Arizona. Hotboxing the disabled person's stall, and I just had to go pee and get out. It smelled bad. It smelled really bad. But anyway, let's keep on getting down the road, because this is what we do when all we do is drive all day long. We just stop to go pee, and then we get back on the road. Let's go! Crawling back to you. All right, we made it into New Mexico. We hit the port of entry. They asked to see my registration. I gave it to him. He goes, "Hey, you're gonna have to go in and get a New Mexico permit." I said, "I have a New Mexico number. I have it all online and everything." And he's like, "It's not showing up. Go inside." So now we gotta go inside to mess with New Mexico. So we're making good progress up until this point. So we'll see what happens inside. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So apparently, when I got my New Mexico like account set up, which I remember doing this, I paid to start the account up and stuff. It was like a one-time fee of like $50 or something like that. But their system went down the next day, and I never actually got the $10 permit. So I had to just pay $10 to get my year permit for 2021, even though it's almost over. And then before I could get out, Mr. Inspector comes over and says, hey, we're gonna do a level 3 paper check. So now I gotta get all my paperwork and take it into him. So, oh man, sucky. I guess we're gonna test that whole exemption thing right now. Oh, man. They put me out of service. Psych! The COVID exemption works! It works! That was the test right there. I went in there. I said, hey man, just be honest. Just be truthful to you. I'm running the COVID exemption for the first time, so if you see anything wrong, just take it easy on me. He's like, honestly, with that COVID exemption, you're hauling food. As long as you have a logbook, I don't even look at it. I was like, boom, let's go. Took like 10 minutes and I'm out. This is a good time though to bring up. Get all your stuff in a binder because they like this. All right, I got my truck registration. Although it had my temporary license number. So that was part of the problem with me going in and getting my permit and stuff, was it had my temporary license number from the dealership, and I needed to get my new registration card that has my real license plate on it because it's a different number than the temporary that they give you. So I put this in when I first got the truck, and I didn't, when they mailed me another one, I'm like, why do they keep mailing me these? But it's because I needed to put it in there. I'm dumb. I have my certificate of authority, and it has the in-service date and everything on there. I have my UCR registration. I have my MCS 90 in there. I've got my IFTA. I've got my my trailer, whatchamacallit, which is I didn't realize that I had put that in here because I came and got the one out of the trailer. So see, gotta have your book though. Everything's good. Everything got squared away, so we're gonna keep on trucking down the road. I'm getting a little hungry. I think I'm gonna stop and get something to eat at some point here in the near future. But for now, we're just trucking, man. We're trucking. Got a half tank of fuel left. We've gone. Let me see. I got. This is just for my own curiosity right now. I've got to see. So. We've gone 850 miles today, so we're trucking, man. We're trucking. We're gonna get over 1,000 today. We're gonna get over 1,000 miles done today. Let's do this! COVID exemption! Down into Albuquerque right now, trucking right along, and we stopped and got a little something to eat. Just stopped at a Love's and ran inside real quick, got some Godfather's pizza, and got back on the road. So we're moving right along, and I think I was a little off on that mileage because I forgot that I did 60 miles last night after midnight to get to where I parked to sleep. So we didn't quite go that many miles, but we are gonna set my personal record today. I think we already have. So, well, there's the CB radio. Anyway, dropping down into Albuquerque, and yeah, kind of a cool view. You can drop down right here. Got the whole city out in front of you. But anyway, I'll catch up with you guys in a little while. Hoo-wee! I didn't plan on going this far. I didn't. I actually was gonna stop in Tucumcari, New Mexico. And I went and I got to the fuel stop, put some fuel in because I was actually running low on fuel. I've never ran this truck out of fuel in one day. That was $900 in one day. That was like, oh crap. Anyway, nowhere to park. Not even on the side of the road. Like everything's packed right now. There's just a lot of trucks out here. So I just kept on going, trying to look for somewhere to stop. They had those little picnic areas once I got into Texas, and I was like, yeah, maybe I'll stop in one of those. And I was like, you know what, screw this, man. We're getting to Amarillo. That's right. Amarillo by morning. So it's 5:15 a.m. Central Time, which would be 3:15 a.m. back in California. So yeah, we did a 20-hour day. It's crazy. We're outlawing it, but it's legal. I'm telling you, it feels so weird. It feels so weird to run this hard and not be on paper logs and not trying to make things look right. Like I don't have to make things look right because it's totally legal for me to do this right now. But it just feels weird. But I hit my limit 20 hours. I hit my limit probably 30 miles ago, and I just was like, just got to get there. Got to get there so I can get good sleep, take a shower in the morning, get some breakfast, all that good stuff. So I cracked open my Mountain Dew and took a few swigs of Mountain Dew to get my last 30 miles gone. But otherwise, I had a good night. My father-in-law kept me company, Boomer. Thank you, Boomer, for talking to me for hours. My buddy Josh talked to me for a couple hours as well. He was out working back in California. So from California to Tennessee, I had people talking to me, keeping me busy, keeping me from going crazy, driving so long. But anyway, it was a good day. I'll put the little map up right here. So there it is. Over 1,200 miles in one day. And yeah, it says 18 hours. So yeah, I don't know. I think it just takes trucks a little longer. I climbing up some mountains. I'm not heavy, but I still think it took me. Oh, and I stopped. That's right. I stopped for fuel. I stopped to eat. I stopped to go pee a few times, and then stopped for fuel again. Ah! But anyway, all right. It's time for me to go to bed. This is the end of this video. I love you guys. I'll see you on. Oh wait, I can't say see you on the next load because we're still gonna be on this load. I'll see you tomorrow. Tune in for the next episode of Trucking California with Velox 18. Oh wait, Trucking America with Velox 18. All right, see you guys later.